If you ever wonder why this series is called Fantasy Coaches, it is because of different ideas from both bus and rail manufacturers, like Bombardier. This Canadian manufacturer has built many trains for over 40 years, some of which include the Acela Express, the M7s and M7As for the MTA, most of New Jersey Transit's rolling stock, several trams and subway cars, even the monorails for Disney World. Just as a spoiler for the 100th edition of Dream Fleet, it will include my Dream rolling stock, and some of Bombardier's products might be on the list. As far as products are concerned, I am not including trains that were only designed for one company like different subway cars. Mainly they have the ALP 45DP, which is a dual mode locomotive. Then there is the ALP 46 and 46A, which some say that they are only available for New Jersey Transit, but I don't know for sure. You also have autonomous Innovia vehicles like the Automated People Mover or APM, the Metro system like for Rapid KL in Malaysia, and the monorail system. Now recently I checked Bombardier's website and I was wondering if they still have pre-move technology available. I also asked on Twitter if customers could still ask for it. Anyway, as I discussed in my Dream Fleet for the Long Island Railroad, cars, trucks, buses, and light rail trains are wirelessly charged when they are on top of a special platform. After this video, feel free to see that edition of Dream Fleet to see why I recommended this technology to be used on the Long Island Railroad. And as far as passenger coaches are concerned, you have the multi-level 2 and multi-level 3, which has been ordered by New Jersey Transit. Hopefully MARC trains could order these coaches as well so that they could get rid of their HHP8s, just as I mentioned in my Dream Fleet for MARC. As mentioned at the outset, Bombardier has a good product line, and with the technology they have at their disposal, they can add some products as well as return some products. For the ALP locomotive series, I love the 45DP, without a doubt. But to increase their customers, Bombardier should also have a 45DP that runs on DC power or third rails and just a diesel only locomotive. Now I know that I've referred to New Jersey Transit a lot in this video, and it's for good reasons. Imagine them replacing their Alstom and EMD diesel locomotives with diesel only ALP 45s. That can make it so much easier to maintain the equipment if most of the locomotives are the same. As for DC powered 45DPs, Metro North works with New Jersey Transit at times, and both of them already share some of their equipment, so it's basically a win-win scenario. An ALP 46 on DC power would be optional, but there's a great chance that some of the companies might not use them as much for passenger service. Some companies may want to use them as switchers. Now the reason why I didn't mention about the Track Series locomotives is because that they are mainly used on the European market. I didn't know that until a few months after I posted my Dream Fleet for the T-Rex proposal, which is to combine the three busiest commuter railroads. That is why I could see Bombardier making an ALP 46 MS3 with pantographs, third rail shoes, and a diesel engine. If I had the option of changing my Dream Fleet for the TX proposal, I would. In fact, a revised edition of that Dream Fleet may come out soon. For passenger coaches, Bombardier should also add the option of self-propelled multi-level coaches that run on DC power. They should also bring back the Comet series. No offense to Alstom, but Bombardier was the original makers of the Comet series. Plus, there are some commuter railroads that out there that doesn't need or cannot take double-decker coaches, like in some tunnels for example. For the Innovia series, there needs to be one agency that could take it to the next level by having an autonomous commuter train. If you have seen the video on the Innovia technology at work, It may impress you just as it has impressed me, but it left me wondering why no one has ever been crazy enough to develop a commuter rail service without the need of a locomotive engineer, perhaps one without grade crossings and could reach over 100 miles per hour. Here in the United States, if it wasn't for crossings and sharing its route with other trains, the Acela Express could go up to 200 miles per hour instead of 150 miles per hour. Bombardier could also make an autonomous tram, although that would be better and safer for everyone if that was implemented in places with fewer road and pedestrian traffic. Finally, for pre-move technology, some companies should use this instead of diesel engines on their locomotives and rail cars. In my dream fleet for the Long Island Railroad, I mentioned how the M7s could possibly charge while on the electric branch and use pre-move batteries for the rest of the way. If other companies could retrofit their locomotives and rail cars, that could cut down on diesel fuel. What are your thoughts? Tell us in the comment section, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. Also follow me on Twitter at Journal Projects, where I announce new uploads here on YouTube and ask companies different questions so as to help me come up with new videos.